Can you ride 4-strokes in hard enduros? Can you do cross training on them? Are 4-strokes okay for slow technical terrain? Well, yes and no.
Oh, nice jump!
This is our dirt muppet Ben 3 years ago on his Yamaha WR450F. Ben wanted to learn hard enduro techniques, and while the WR wasn't the best bike, he figured he would keep learning on the 4-stroke for a while because it would force him to learn the techniques even better. Yes, you can enter hard enduros on a 4-stroke. Gone are the days you would occasionally see top riders on a thumper, but you will still see a few 4-strokes in the lower classes. But 2-strokes are definitely more suitable for hard enduro competition. Why? They overheat far less in difficult terrain, they are lighter, very useful when lifting the bikes around. 2-strokes are much less likely to stall, important when you're slipping the clutch so much. They have a lot more bottom end grunt, great for gnarly terrain. And finally, there are just less things to go wrong with a 2-stroke. If you are dead serious about hard enduro competition, 2-strokes will be the way to go. But what about your average dirt muppet? What if you ride your bike out to the trails? What if you are into dual sport riding and want a bike that can do both? Look, sometimes a 4-stroke can be an acceptable compromise. The important thing to remember, the bike you ride is only part of the equation. Your skills and technique are far more important. Three years ago, we found it quite embarrassing. We were all on our European 300 2-strokes, and yet often Ben could outride us in gnarly terrain with that big, heavy WR450F. When Ben did finally swap over to a 2-stroke, it certainly helped, but we did not see a massive jump in his ability. Remember, your skills are always the most important thing. My experience was similar. I actually started this cross-training gig on a Husaberg FE570. Heavy? Yeah. Inclined to stall and overheat? Yeah. But I just saw an inappropriate bike as a way to force myself to learn the skills even faster if I was riding with guys on 2-strokes. A few years later, I actually went back to a 4-stroke again. I was keen to see if you could do slow technical terrain on a big thumper and also be able to do some dual sport riding. Again, I was surprised what you can do with a bike like the Beta RR480. Yeah, I was stalling a lot initially. I just kept working on my clutch skills. Yes, it would occasionally overheat, but this forced me to continue my momentum, ride smoothly at fairly low revs to minimise overheating. And of course, it was a lot heavier. But still, I was always amazed at what you can still do on a big thumper in gnarly terrain. It really is 80% the rider, 20% the bike. Occasionally, I have even tried some of the cross-training techniques on the old bushpig, the DR650. More difficult? Definitely. But if you love a challenge and really want to make sure your technique is good, why not? Finally, if you are doing technical terrain on 4-strokes, here are some tips that may help. To minimise stalling, try setting your idle speed high, look into the Midwest clutch lever, and if you have a big fuel-injected thumper with snappy throttle response, check out the G2 Throttle Tamer. And keep your bike's weight down by not overloading it with useless bling. And on shorter rides, just half fill the fuel tank. This can make a surprising difference, taking weight off the top of your bike.